I'm a one night stand kind of baby
What?
that my mother decided to keep.
Okay.
Real talk. I want to be loved with no strings attached.
Men they gonna work for them pay. About a 50 brother them side. What enough for a patron a tie. I show up for them best to die. And a men they gonna work for them tie.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Inside the Music. I'm your host GZB, and we're on the beach side, beautiful Jamaica, Ocherias to be exact. And we're here with a special guest today that has 2 red stripes for himself. And I'm a beat a dragon. He goes by the name of Crucial Flamez. Crucial, what go on?
Bless up, man. Give thanks. But like, you big up the 2 red stripes still.
Yeah, man, them was...
You not tell them what the 2 for?
What you for? Tell me.
One for each hand. You know see it? One for each hand. You have to balance up.
Yeah.
You can't have one side of your top, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so we need another one.
Yeah, man, ready to go anytime. The dragon I see with one for the other side.
I'm gonna get free commercials.
Yeah, man,
free
give
promotion.
thanks. Red stripe, push jam stripe t-shirt available still on pushjam.com same way.
That is it, man. So yeah, I say no.
Yes,
Where
man.
you from?
Guyana, man. West Bank, Sisters Village, Guyana, Region 3. Guyana, South America.
That is it, man. So you were born
Hold
and
on.
raised?
Yes. For context though, not Ghana in Africa, Guyana, South America.
Yeah.
Which is next to Brazil and Venezuela.
And Trinidad are nearby?
Yes,
also?
it's 45 minutes by plane, correct.
Yeah, yeah. So what it is like growing up in Guyana?
Well, Guyana is part of the Caribbean, so Caribbean vibes. Sunshine, good food, music, good vibes, family, energy. Same thing like Jamaica.
Sexy girls. Oh, you left out that?
That's cool, no, man. I'm married, you know, I have to be careful of me navigate certain water.
No, but at the country I talk about and the culture.
That's true.
Yeah, so-
But the woman is sacred, man.
Yeah.
That's why when we say beauty of mother and female, and mother nature, me not have to say that.
Yeah.
That comes by default because the
Gotcha.
mother special, yeah?
What I say is the difference with Guyana and Jamaica?
The people,
The people.
yes. Anywhere you go, the people is always different.
Yeah.
You learn a lot from the people and the culture. Different and similar in the same way by culture. One of the main differences we will say though is because Jamaica is primarily African
Yeah.
influence, mostly black people here. And as you go Trinidad, Guyana, those places, it's more split Indian and black.
Yeah.
That's the way. So the
Spanish.
influence, correct. So the influence of the culture is more. But I'm talking majority of numbers. Of course, you have other races, but primarily, right, majorly influenced. So you come to Jamaica because of reggae, unknown to the world, and it's primarily influenced by that culture by default.
Sure.
Given of what reggae music and everything else done for Jamaica. But Guyana, it's it's slightly different. It doesn't have that quote unquote pronounced. Like Jamaica is reggae. You can stamp
You
it.
can't stamp it. And
Bob
say,
Marley, reggae, stamp it. One Love, stamp it.
what
you know.
stamps Guyana?
Many things.
Yeah.
Many things. One of the main thing I would want to highlight that stand Guyana is the rainforest.
Okay.
And I touch on that because of the importance of it, right? Because of what Guyana is doing for clean energy and conservation of the rainforest. So that's one of the things that I will highlight that stand out for Guyana.
The rainforest.
The
What's the
rainforest.
name of the rainforest?
That, I don't know.
So you don't know. The rainforest have a name.
It must, but I don't know. I can't put it offhand right
Okay, true, true. And it's the diversity of people about the food.
now. Same thing.
Same
right?
as Jamaica?
No, but I'm saying same thing, right? So the same thing is it's influenced by culture, which is
Okay.
influenced by people. So, and that's why I highlight that to say, well, African food, primarily Jamaican here, influence. Guyana, you have a both sides.
Because
Yeah,
Spanish, like a
East Indian. So you have an East Indian culture heritage in terms of the food, as you ask. Same thing with African food, right? And this is the point that I really want to point out to you. As you travel throughout the Caribbean, as you see,
Yeah.
there's really one underlying theme in the Caribbean, man.
Right.
Like it's really just one. You know what I mean? You can jump and go anywhere.
Yes.
No matter where in the Caribbean.
Carry
It
come.
feel the same one carry come and the same vibes. So Guyanese, Jamaican, you can jump on a plane right now, go Trinidad, and you feel right at home.
True.
Food, vibes, energy, music, same way. The only difference are the nuances in our culture, that's true.
True, indeed.
Yeah,
Only
man, that's a
difference is
traveler too.
Guyana is not an island, though.
No, it's not. It's a country.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not an island. It's on South America.
That
on
is
the
correct.
coast, the north coast of South America, northeast coast.
I don't study geography like that. It's not my interest. You understand? But it's below sea level. So, for example, when you get there, because I hear you're interested to go there, you will see that the water is muddy.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why it's below sea level.
Okay.
I want to use this opportunity to say, though, that there are many resources available now in Jamaica and in Guyana that if any of these questions or things that we're talking about is of any interest, you can readily find them as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's
Yeah.
get to the music side of
Yes.
Flamez now.
Yes.
What influenced you to start doing music and the type of music you do?
Currently.
Currently.
Right.
Because it only been a year.
Less than.
Less than a year.
Less than, yeah. We started this, our first release was in September.
Yeah.
So we started this in like June, July. So less than a year. It feels like 8 months. But the primary interest, man, is that I feel like I want to maximize on the opportunity that I still have in this dispensation to do music. It was something that was on the back burner just primarily for my love of music. And I got the opportunity to revisit it, and this is the result of that.
Okay, true.
And I'm
So
very grateful of that.
What-
For that.
you had an influence at an early age, like, but you didn't pursue it?
That is correct. So influence in terms of, we all grew up with music as default, you know this.
Yeah.
Guyana, at the time of my growing up, we had the same challenges that we have now, in a little more exponential than it was now, meaning electricity was still a problem for us growing up. We had to study like with candlelight. We used to cook on, at the time, some places where we grew up, we had fireside. And everybody's gonna probably show you some of this if we can find some. But it was basically cooking with wood and made of mud. Similar as we say in Jamaica, you can grab 2 blocks in a wood and cook. But they would do the same thing, same concept, but just with mud, you know,
Yeah.
and put it. So food, cooking, all of these things were challenges. And with limited resources, we had radio.
Yeah.
And in the radio, you will have certain programs that will come over at certain times. You will get American music, you will get Indian music, you will get reggae music, calypso music. So they had like different sections depending on the program.
Yeah.
So because it was just one radio,
It was one station?
no.
Okay.
You have like 3 stations.
Okay.
But the programming is, you know, the music and what was available, the pool was not that big as well at the time that we were exposed to. So even if you change channel in the radio, chances are you still get the same music
Yeah, true.
because the pool was not big enough,
Yeah, I
right?
understand.
Yeah, so with the radio, if you hear a song that you like, there's sometimes a cassette, you know. I don't know if you know about cassette, but it's a cassette tape.
Tape. Cassette tape.
Yeah, man. So when
80s.
yeah, man. So when you hear an ad, you know, you record everything, you know. And when we hear an ad or limited resources, you have to cut out the tape, you know, with the ad, and we take a piece of nail polish and stick it back. So you play the tape, it skip the ad, and you just get the music.
Creative.
Yeah, man. You have to work with the resources you have.
Yeah. You skit out the commercial.
Yeah, man. You
on
get
the
back.
cassette.
you cut it, and you put the Q-Tex.
So
the
all
nail
you
polish.
know, you listen to
Yeah,
it
man, you
and
listen,
know
you
when to
press
stop.
pause, you press pause.
Pause.
You press pause, you take out the cassette, you mark him.
Mark on the
the tape itself, man,
itself.
I real, you know? Yeah.
and cut it.
Yeah, man.
And you can't see nothing in it. And on the line of the on it, so.
Yeah, man. But here what now, you see the two wheel,
Yeah.
it have like a teeth. I remember the
Yeah, it
part.
have the teeth.
Yes,
Yeah.
man, so that's what you use and you gauge it, you know, you mark it out.
Okay.
Old school, man, you work with what you have. You know?
Cut out all of the commercial.
Yes, the reason
And
why
just-
I said that though, because me come see people that do that, that's when me know it. And that shows the love of the music, using the limited resources that we
The
have.
limited resources that
see?
you had.
So it's a natural thing, man. I just love music, and music a lot of music speaks from the heart.
Definitely.
You understand? And a lot of challenges we face are mental.
True.
You know what I mean?
Within.
So it's a good balance, you know what I mean? Like you say, you can't make renting and no food fit, you can't find a tune.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend, get like a job, you can't find a tune.
Find a tune.
So,
relatable music.
exactly.
Definitely.
Television was very limited.
Okay.
So the default was music.
So, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And when you listen to things, it's deeper
Correct.
than watching it.
Correct.
Yes,
and
sir.
you learn, right? So remember, a default education to old school.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you work with what you have. A lot of our generation learned from music because a lot of our generation couldn't read and write.
So
These
how-
are facts.
So how was the household, like mother and father and them thing, they're like,
Scattered man, typical Caribbean style, man.
you know, it's a
You know?
mom over there, dad over there. Which parent you grew up with?
My mother, primarily.
Yeah.
I'm a one-parent child.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a one-night stand kind of baby
Yeah.
that my mother decided to keep.
Okay.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Live with somebody, do a thing, got pregnant, decide to keep me. I'm that child.
You're that child.
Yeah, man.
Which why you never name one night stand.
She probably name it, but somebody decided to change it.
That's a bad name as an artist, you know.
But now me know, said, yeah, the old man, a true man. One night, wait, I
But
see him.
you know, you met him?
Who that? My father?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Biological father?
Yeah.
Of course. Yes, of course. We have a good relationship.
Okay.
Man. You know what I mean? And that's why I couldn't take the one night stand because I know the man and I know, knowing what I know with that man there, it had to be more than one night, G.
Yeah. Not take one. Not take one. Somebody was lying. Yeah, man. So I got some time, but so growing up in a single with a single mother.
Yes.
In Guyana, you say it was challenges and things. And you said the music, listen to the radio, kind of helped you go through as a juvenile.
Let me put it in context for
Yeah.
you. Studying for school, okay, with candlelight, and you have a test for tech, because you believe the education and your future.
The key and everything there.
Yes. And Buju Banton come over and say, Destiny,
Yeah.
mama look from when you
call. Yeah. Big song.
What the part with the school will get? Remember that part?
You know, you say it for me, that you're the artist.
Mama? You don't remember it?
I remember it right now, because my brain I think about questions.
I hear you. Well, Abuja Bantan, so you know the truth, Destiny.
Destiny, yeah?
Mama spend her last and send you go to class.
Yeah. Mama said, no, last.
Class, you understand?
Yeah.
Lyrics, how people learn who can't read. You see what I say? That's why the importance of music. My wife, real talk, see me Maria, Buju Bantan again. Too big up to the general Buju Bantan, say me, I want to be loved with no strings attached. Not for who you want me to be. Love me for me. People who cannot read get these knowledge from music.
Sure.
I attribute my relationship, my wife, when we met, to that song. That's how I mark our relationship.
Yeah.
The importance of music. You see?
Yeah.
A life, man, I live.
A real thing. And you said something real deep, that's why people who cannot read
True.
can learn
True.
through music.
That's how it's always been.
Yeah, because ABC, they taught it to you as a child as a song.
True. 1, 2, 3, same way.
You see, some
Yes,
people, you can't say the alphabet the opposite way.
Can't sing it and learn
You
it.
can sing it the way it know, but you can't say, what come after this?
True.
I'm going to sing it.
And funny bad. You see it. That's why if you listen to some of the legends, man, they will let you know and say that a lot of what they do is for the masses who feel less fortunate, and that's what it means. But I want to tap on something though, just because we're there. We have come a long way, man, from then to now, you see. So I think on the mental side, we need to skid up to that. And that's part of the mission we're on, to really to connect our consciousness, our words with our actions, because there's a major disconnect
True.
in what we say and what we do.
True.
And we're trying to be representative of what is possible in connecting that. Meaning, it's a time we can do something different, man. And that's what we're striving for. Because same thing like you say, at that time when we come up, all we had was music. Kids today, in my position, have a tablet, have a 5G connection, have a phone, have a television, have internet, have communication with people different around the world, can learn from a vast amount of information and knowledge, make ourselves better, take some responsibility for who we are as an individual, and stop leaving a lot of the responsibility out of ourselves. Now, I said all of that to say, a lot of what I'm talking about here, where you think it come from? The same building blocks of music that was built from those foundations.
Definitely.
The building blocks, which is the foundation of my birthplace where I come from, including the food, as you said, the different culture, the music, the woman, right, as you mentioned.
Wifey.
It's all part of it. It made me who I am. So I know it's possible, you see. But there's a disconnect that we need to help with that connection, like you said, in what we're doing, to start to bring the pieces together, to help our present to really know, or when I say present, our present in all aspects of it, to really take a second look to see what we really have. And all to say, even in the music, like even now we're coming out with music, an artist, a musician, have to be more than just a musician.
Definitely.
Have to be able to do these interviews and represent themselves as such.
Have personality.
Correct. Represent the culture, represent our people, take responsibility for the opportunities that they were given to take brands. Like, for example, reggae music brand Jamaica, it's a brand.
It's a brand, definitely.
It brings people here and support this economy. It's not something we should take for granted. There's a lot of moving parts that keep these things in place. And I think it's time that if we're benefiting from it, we should find ways to leave room, foundation, and spaces for the future that is coming in to make it better.
Definitely. All right.
You know?
Remember, say, from the 80s coming up, we used to say, we still say the children are what?
The future.
The future. So
The
you
present.
see, the children that have the tablets now, who created those tablets for those children now? The children.
That's another word.
The children created that.
Because they needed it now?
Yes.
Okay,
the
then.
Children,
Yes.
like when you were a child,
Yes.
we needed it.
Here's another example. The man with the telephone stuck to the wall. Him say, boss man, somebody have to do something like this. Time I want to cut the card.
Yeah.
We have the wireless phone.
Yeah. So imagine what these children are born with tablets.
Correct.
I go come up with. Them are gonna say, yo, I'm tired for all it in my hand. Because
Yes.
so now it's gonna be just this virtual screen. Cause them tired for all it in them hand.
Yes.
So them stay so now.
Yes.
Because what they grew up with, them still are gonna say it's primitive.
Correct.
Understand?
Correct.
'Cause when I was growing up, I had a TV, I had a Nintendo, and I said, but it had a card on it. And we were stuck. We couldn't stay far from the TV because the
Correct.
card had shot.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
We have it on a black and white
How
TV.
much games you had on the Nintendo?
I had one, and it was 2 games on the one cartridge.
Okay.
I had Mario and Duck Hunt.
And how much games you had with this? Did you have the stack?
We never reached stock level. You understand?
But you know the stack.
We know the stock. When we get older,
Yeah, man.
and me like when we're done with the game thing, I tell us that people have a whole heap of CDs
Yes,
now. I say, when
yes.
me little, I think we did have 3 when we're done with Nintendo.
Yes.
I like 3. Then we got Super Nintendo that time, but I only had like 3 again. You understand? I think my last console was a PlayStation 2. I'm kind of a PlayStation 5, 6 right now. I don't have one. You understand? So my son is the future
Okay.
of tomorrow.
Of
No one
course,
else
of
knows
course.
that. Him have the things that me never have to.
Correct.
And that it's all about steps.
Correct.
Just like music. So sometimes you see the music divert to a different dimension and I say, where it gone? I wait to do over there, so but what them know? Or what
Yes.
them are seeing in them community.
True.
So we never see scamming in our community.
True.
So they use them come sing about scamming and we accost them when really and truly that's what they're seeing.
True.
You understand?
True.
So we can't even blame them because it's still a reality.
True.
You understand? It
True.
might not be a good reality, but nonetheless it's reality. And
True.
their reality.
True. It's
So-
our reality too.
It's our reality, it's the world's reality. What's the difference where you would say you're gonna make or you want to input in the music with your music?
I want it to come from the true place of what it is, which is art. Like created from the space of that creation and being a creative and art, okay? And present it in such a way that who accept it. Meaning, the music that we're creating, like we're creating it from that place. We're trying to find a place of the purest form of the art form. You understand?
Yeah.
And when you do things like that, you get the true representation of the art form. When we present it, package it and present it to the public, that is something different, okay? But in terms of the actual making of the music, we are approaching it as such. So our primary focus right now is utility music, if that answers your question.
Yeah.
Music that can be of use. Like, for example, like how I can refer to I Want to Be Loved or Destiny, and music that I found useful that can build me in a way that contributes to who I am. I want to be
An artist to be
that.
looked
Yeah.
upon,
Like
to
that.
teach.
To really add to the genre of reggae in the most authentic form possible, and any other music form that we touched. The most authentic form possible that we can contribute to that genre.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So that inspired Walk with Pain.
Yes, correct. Utility music.
Walk with Pain.
Yes, man. And I just want to touch on the work for pay thing real quick, which is when we say work for pay, a lot of people only see the paycheck, but sometimes the real pay are years later when people actually benefit from the work that was done years before.
Yeah.
You see what I say? Which is still part of the pay, you see? So I just want to touch on that as you mentioned that for the song.
All right, so Walk for Pain now. How is that production going? It's produced by you. Who is the producer?
So Work for Pay, we started out, as you see, we started from zero. And when we started, we worked with Soulfire Productions, his rhythm, and Alex English Media. He's the one that has been doing the audio so far. So he helped with the audio for Work for Pay. So Soulfire and Alex English. And for Work for Pay, we have a remix that we're getting vocals now for. With Sizzla, we have vocals for Sizzla and Kipush already.
Remix?
Yes, for Work for Pay.
Walk for Pain, a remix.
Remix coming out, yes.
Yeah. So the music video came out already?
Work for Pay music video is out on YouTube. It was shot by Rayban Entertainment. And we did it, big up, Rayban Entertainment, anyway you're there.
Yeah.
And we did that in Dominican Republic.
Did the music video in Dominican Republic?
Yes, and that was pure.
Travel.
Well, it was Rayban.
Yeah.
Rayban looked at it and he said, we should explore doing something more than what is the quote unquote norm. And we stretched, and that the images we got is what we had. We were very pleased with it.
Yeah. DR is a nice scenery.
Yes, we got some very good images. And he went to the old Zona Colonna, where we had some of the old school footage in there as well. It's beautiful.
And that's the only release song so far?
No, so we have 3 songs we released so far. We have Happy Where We Get, our first release in September. And then we have Groovin', which was released in February. And we have Walk for Pay, that was released in April. And all of these songs have videos.
3 songs, and your career reached far already. 8 months in the business, 3 songs. How do you see the progress so far?
It's not one I can put in words, man.
Yeah.
If it's any word that I can use to describe that process, man, it's gratitude. Man.
Yeah.
Just have to give thanks.
Baby about next month, you know?
Who?
No, I'm gonna tell you, 8 months, 9 months. Baby about. You understand?
You see where free mind go by default every time.
What you talk about? You?
Free mind always go back somewhere by default. You see when?
Man say, oh, you? No me. You understand? Yeah, man. So, as I said, the music career.
Yeah.
By next month, it's born, man. You see me? 9 months into. Yeah, because you put in the work.
Give thanks,
I
man.
mean, I put in the work just like a baby getting nurtured in the womb. You see me? Yeah, it can't all man know. You understand? Right up when this interview drop, 8 months.
Premature.
Premature. You understand?
That's how we GC give thanks, man.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah,
it's just
man.
the beginning. This
Give thanks, man.
is the beginning, and just the greatness coming.
Give thanks,
You
man.
understand? Because when you speak and the direction that you're looking towards to go in music is a direction where the lane there kind of empty, right? You understand? The lane there needed. Not saying people not doing it, but there's less people doing it. You understand? Especially in the new era and the younger people coming up. So we need more music where I got teach and people can learn and people can sit back and relax and say, true enough. I want to give him a little piece of work for people. Right here, right now, not on the stage.
Everybody gonna walk off with them. What the, but back up here. You see, I'm not saying she's an artist, you know.
Listen, man.
I try to get a collab with
No,
his name. Now pay me no mind from the start.
Listen me, you know. Where's your name?
Work for pay.
And you want me back up for free? I work for pay, not back up for free. No. Sing a song, man. You work for pay, man.
Work for pay available on all platforms. Can't be not give this no free, not.
Go and go check it out. And all this, yo, give me Instagram and anything so them can follow you up.
Yeah, man. Kushjam.com. CUSHJAM.com. Kushjam Music. Hashtag Kushjam Music and hashtag Crucial Flames with a Z across all platforms, and you can't miss it. Everybody gonna work for them pay.
That is it.
What an offer opportunity. Show up for we best today. And that's what we do, yeah, man. We show up every day for we best. We look for your chains. As the G said, as much as the future there, with all of the cameras and the tablets and the phones and the gadgets and the wireless and the plus, you can't lose the foundation.
True.
And that's how we bring back. Because the foundation is needed before you level up. We can't stray too far from that.
We cannot.
That's the mission.
And it is a good mission. And give thanks for passing through the platform.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course, man.
Pull up, I'm hotel.
Yeah, man. When
Hotel.
Jeezy call, you have to drop everything, you know.
Yeah,
When boss call, you drop everything. You say salute. You salute them.
Yeah, man. Wife, I wait for him, so. Is it? I got close out
That's why
right
we
now.
can't make certain talk here, but another time.
Yeah, man. Wife, I got understand by next year. Because you are going to left her home with the baby. You understand? Big up yourself, man.
Bless up, man. Give thanks for the strength.
Crucial Flames. Don't forget the name.
GC, manners and respect.
Bless.
I want this inside the music, with them on the inside, beyond the scenes, beside the scenes, or even behind the scenes. Because no man wouldn't work all along around here, isn't it?
No, who like when pocket full of cash? Hey, man, so man, them for know say I cut the red bad. I'm represent for Inside the Music, hosted by JZB. You see, pre? So make sure so log in and check in. Inside the Music, JZB, them dead.
Be sure you say I big up Inside the Music. Remember to subscribe and share and like and leave a comment.
Music, inside which part? The music, inside where? The music, not less than that.